I should have no mic on. Okay, well, they're all in there. Hmm? I can, just not the way I used to. All right, well, here we go.
Happy Thursday, children of the lawn. We forgot that it was Thursday and we had a show to do.
That's why nothing works. No, you're screaming out like yours is working. All right, we got to get some stuff. Wait, you know what? I could figure it out myself if I just did this. I don't know what's happening here, guys. It's getting freaking freaky up in here. But I just want to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to be
We
doing.
didn't come here to bring you down.
No, we didn't. I just want to make sure that, there you go. I got it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, the weird thing about this is I'm using the mic might sound different. Angus, if you're watching, when you come in, let me know if the mic sounds different. I have to figure out what's going on. And the funny thing about this is, you know, troubleshooting live is never fun. Troubleshooting live,
I don't think shooting anything live is fun.
well, give it a while.
Trouble.
Give it a minute. And I was so involved in trying to do a new thing today for originals only. I came up with a great idea. Well, at least I think it's a great idea. You will let me know. And I thought I would tell you the process, go through a songwriting process with you, because I had a bunch of parts to something that I really enjoyed writing, and I just thought I'd take you through the process here on Originals Only. And the weird thing about this is, as I'm putting the concept in my head together today, hang on, I gotta just.
Kitty says you're coming in nice and clear.
Well, thanks, Kenny. Maybe I won't use this
Kitty.
Well, thank you too, Kitty. My head's coming apart. That's why they make
drugs.
That's true. I may just have to play a video, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Because drugs make you really.
Well, drugs make it funny is what happens is because I had the technical problem, I did not have enough time to do the drugs. But no, I got really excited about this concept, and it'll get better each week.
Here we are now. Entertain us.
In containers.
That means we're here for the drugs, people.
Can you guys hear Lori all right? Because she's using the same mic that I am.
Oh, Sue says yes, drugs, LOL. All right, Sue.
Yeah, we get the drugs, but I'm just wondering if you got Lori's mic okay.
I think they would say they couldn't hear me.
Would they say it?
I'll just speak up. My mic is not on.
No, I know you're using the same mic I'm using. You're using the Mac mic. Mac.
Gail said yes, she can hear me.
Okay, so that's really all that matters.
I've never entered a room when no one can hear me.
Yes,
Never.
That's never been a problem in the past.
Never.
Never been a problem in the past.
So.
Okay, so and you heard the music, right? You heard the music when we were playing the theme song?
Kitty Tiger said I sound great. So there you go.
You're hearing this, just making sure. Hang on. Where is it?
Oh, Anton says it's not only funny, but enhances the experience.
Yes.
And Roger Chapman says you guys sound fun.
All right, but you're hearing that music when I turn it up and down. You're hearing the music, right?
Yep. Sue says yep.
Okay, because it all depends on that.
Molly
Today's
says,
show.
yes, you're both sounding great. Heard the music, and yes, you can hear.
Well, maybe I should just use a freaking Mac mic
There you go.
from now on.
Mac mic. And I don't even need one.
Yeah, well.
And Kitty heard the music, and Roger said, yes, sir.
Okay, so that counts.
We're all
That
good.
counts.
We're all good. Hey, man.
I don't know where we are, how we got
just
there,
say
but
a
here
little
we are.
prayer, and it will be answered.
Yes, I love all these. Yeah, I look over, I have two different screens. And on this one, I see, yeah, yup, yes, yes, sir, uh-huh.
Well, I'm reading them as they go.
It's fine. And, oh God, let's see. Well, anyway.
Anton says the mix is perfect.
There you go. You can't do better than that.
That's right. Meanwhile, we watched all 8 of the Harry Potter movies.
Have you heard about this show?
We binged it. Oh, and it's really good. It's not like childlike at all. Except for they say this one word.
Nah, don't even say it. Don't, because he'll come. He'll come. No, he'll come if you say that.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, we highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it,
it's as if you're a Game of Thrones fan, if you like that kind of stuff, it's kind of like that.
It's not as evil as that.
Well,
It's
yeah.
a little dark.
It's dark, but it's very similar. You know the way the whatever. Anyway.
And there's an actress on there that looks like John Entwistle's ex-girlfriend Lisa.
Which is scary.
We saw her. We went, oh my God!
And Chris Entwistle, if you're still up and watching, you should have warned me that Lisa was in the last bunch of episodes.
Oh, now Laurie Richardson has seen it, and she said HP is a great series.
Really a great series. Amazingly well done. I did miss Richard Harris at first, but then we got used to the new Dumbledore.
Maggie Smith is in it.
And who would have guessed that the Dark Lord was Ray Fiennes?
Ray Fiennes. There's great actors in
Wow.
it. And Gail's laughing at us saying, OMG, binge watching, laughing, crying. Hey, it's good. You don't know what you're missing.
Yeah.
It's on Peacock.
Peacock.
All 8 movies.
Yeah. So there's that. And I thought, let's see. So now we still have to catch up with Booker's Star Trek thing. We don't sleep is what it is. We just do mounds of drugs and stay up and watch television.
No, that was when we were first together.
Well, we weren't watching television.
First 20 years, we weren't watching any television. We see stuff that happened back then on the news now, and we're like,
when did that happen? Where were we? That happened in 1982? No.
That happened in 1991.
No. And now we've got, now we have the new challenge going on because the way our house is set up, it's sometimes things can be very loud from one end of the house to the other, or from the middle of the house to one end or the other, and sometimes you just can't hear shit.
Well, you have to go in the hallway.
Yeah, it's like you gotta.
If you go in the hall, there's
gotta shout down that. Yeah, and it's not that like we don't have an intercom system in here, because we do. But does anybody want to learn to use that? No. So, and how long have we been in this house?
14 years.
Okay, you feeling me now?
Almost 15.
Wow. Yeah, 15.
Okay, Anton says he caught on to Harry Potter eons ago. I'd love to have a magic wand. If it worked.
Whoa, you don't have one?
They sell them.
I got one. Don't I, honey?
Yes, you do.
Oh, God. Let's not. Don't take them there. Let's not take them there.
You don't have a magic wand?
Yeah, come on. Get with it. What else is new and exciting?
Well, Steve's nickname is Magic Steve.
That's true.
Whoa,
but the reason,
that magic wand.
Yeah, but it wasn't because of the magic wand.
He wants to know if you can get it on Amazon.
Magic
I think you have to be born with it.
Probably, but it might be bootleg, and I don't want to tell you what happens if you get a bootleg magic wand.
There's a whole Harry Potter like thing at Disney. I think you can get it through Disney.
I think he wants a real one, huh? Yeah. So that he can actually do magic tricks.
Well, you would have to get a wizard to make it work.
Okay.
A witch or a wizard. There's witches and wizards. That's what it's about.
Which wizard? Which wizard will it be? Okay, so I just want to try something. Did you hear that?
Yep. Oh, and you know who else was in it? Robert Pattinson was in it.
Yeah. That was great.
People are in that movie. And those movies, I should say.
Lights would explode to say yes. You're the minute you put the batteries in it. I'm not thinking they used batteries though.
No, I don't think so either.
I think they said dragon hair and whatever else was in there. I don't know. Thank you.
You want the lightsaber from
oh God, do I want it? Yeah, so I can show you my Obi-Wan because I learned the whole thing. And it's
hundreds of dollars. Those
you're not seeing it anytime soon with a real lifesaver, but I might show you the move. It's a cool move. It's Come on
in, Randy.
Oh, here he goes.
You can do it now. Come on, we're not letting you. No. Make him come in. Come on.
Come on.
Yay! Yes,
wow.
Yay!
Like a real dog.
Oh, he is a real dog. He's a real good boy.
He is. He's diving, teaching him to dive a little deeper in the pool for the frisbee.
He freaking loves it. He does it himself. He'll let the frisbee go and
watch it sink,
and then he'll dive down it without us even watching him.
Let's go to the videotape. No, let's not.
He plays games with himself.
Yeah, he does play games with himself.
He plays with himself.
He's playing games with himself. So anyway, a little weirdness with the show tonight. I don't know what's going to happen when Angus comes in. Angus, are you coming in anytime soon, or did I wake you?
Only quarter after. Usually comes in around 20 after.
Is that what happens?
Yeah, unless he's got Stella stuff. He's got a teenage daughter.
She got Stella stuff.
Stella stuff.
Stella!
When I was 16, 17, my parents did not see me a lot.
Your parents, you're lucky they didn't lock you out.
That's what whose parents locked her out? Jennifer, the actress.
Jennifer Lawrence. When
she would get too crazy, instead of giving her a timeout or locking her in a room, they would lock her out of the house.
Does anyone watch Dark Winds? That depends. I used to for many years.
What is it?
No, what is Dark Winds? I would watch that.
Where can we find it? We've never heard of it.
Yeah.
We're looking for something new. We just finished Harry Potter today.
Gail wishes Kaylee would swim. I got to tell you what, you can't keep ours out of there, and all of them. I don't know if Blue would have swam. Did we ever try to make him swim?
No.
He wasn't,
No. You know what? I think Kaylee's probably safe not swimming, especially at the beach, because she's little.
Yeah, that's shark bait, man. You don't want that. You don't,
Okay, Dark Winds, tell us.
Tell us about Dark Winds before I let this troll. No, he's not a troll. What? Goblin.
There's
or elf.
Goblin.
Elf. House elf.
House elves, and there's goblin. It's really good.
But Angus is a free elf.
Okay, she said it's on AMC. Second season is on Sunday. Well, we need to see the first.
Yeah, we'd have to see the first. AMC. Okay.
Luna doesn't like water because she's a cat, Sue.
Sue.
Yeah. I'll look up Dark Winds and let's see.
Yeah, well, guess what?
Here comes a Dark Wind now.
Man.
A dark wind.
Oh shit!
God, I was waiting. Hey, you remember the idea you had for these things?
Yes, I do. Do I remember? Yeah.
Well, okay. So anyway, and
hey, look who's here.
I can't see anything. Oh my God. Okay.
Randy has?
Yeah, that's Oculus.
Yeah, the Stella. She hasn't used them probably in about a year.
Send it down here.
Randy Jackson has one of those, and he called up Steve years ago. He said, "Man,
Yeah, he said he was going into these different rooms because in VR you can go into different rooms. He said he didn't know what he was doing. He had just gotten the thing, and he walked into this room, and all these little kids saw him. I guess they knew he was an older guy. They were kicking him.
kicking him." Well, that's just what I want to sign up for.
Yeah, let me do that. Let's have some of that.
Yeah, no, I think your idea was great, where you can, walk around on stage and stuff like that. I still think that's a great idea. And I thought of somebody that might know how to do something with that. And I'm gonna have to give him a call. I haven't talked to him in a few years.
Oh, well.
But I didn't even think of him before, and I was thinking of it today, and I was like, oh man, I could call Sheffield. I bet you he knows.
Yeah, but then everybody would have to get one in order to do. I mean, I talked about wiring the venue and doing that whole thing, or shipping it to people at home and doing that.
Yeah,
but you'd really need. I mean, you'd really need a network. I don't know that that the network could handle that the way we were talking about it. But I mean, if I told you all the stuff I invented, God.
We invented how much, 25 years ago, the talking collar. Yeah. Because we found a dog. Went to.
We're driving back. We're driving to New York back from Florida.
Yeah.
And we were taking 95.
I-95.
Which we didn't usually take 95. We usually used to go up 75 to 4 or whatever. But we're taking 95, and there's a part of the road, got to be in Carolina, where there's nothing but deer fence along the side of the road, to keep deer from coming out into the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
And we see this, like an Italian greyhound running for her life.
Well, it was more like a Chihuahua.
It was not like a Chihuahua.
But it was a little dog.
It's an Italian, the little greyhound.
In between,
not the big racing greyhound.
In between the interstate and this deer fence.
Right. So she's either going to run into the deer fence or run.
Dog,
and we have Cody, who's like.
He was bigger than. He wasn't.
No, he wasn't bigger than Remy, but he was that size. I mean, he was wolfhound mix. So
I'm like,
he was
pull over. And we had to pull over.
So we had to pull over. And she came running right to the car.
Yeah, a whippet, Gail said. Yeah, that's what I think it was.
Yes, right, a whippet. That's what it was.
Right, okay.
No tags.
And no tags, no nothing. So I call the South Carolina State Police.
Yep. Right. Looked at the town we were in. We called the local police. We called the shelter.
I mean, we're off at the exit. We're trying to get back to New York.
Nobody knew about any missing
Nobody knew about a missing dog. They said, oh, somebody probably let her out on the side of the road. They probably didn't want her anymore. I mean, it was like, what?
What was
I know.
So what are we supposed to do with her? They said, we don't know.
Leave her.
Leave her.
Well, the cop said, leave her.
Leave her.
Leave her.
What?
Yeah, you can't do that.
You're not going to leave her.
No,
so
you can't.
We gave our no. I mean, it was like the two idiots thinking that Mayberry is going to do something about a dog. But we tried. We had to make our effort. You know what I mean? We had to.
We said we're going to have to take it back to New York.
So we took her back to New York.
Our phone number, the Humane Society, and the police.
Yeah. Wait. So you had that dog and Remy in the car.
No, Cody, who was a wolf, the big black one.
Yeah, but Cody let him sit next to him.
Yeah, Cody didn't. He was.
And so we didn't
good.
call the dog because we had no name. So since it was South Carolina, we were calling it Carolina.
If you called it Carolina.
Girl, and full of fleas.
Brought her back to New York, got her cleaned up, got her adopted.
Brought her to Dr. Bruce. He put flea stuff on her.
Yeah, Dr. Bruce cleaned her up. And I mean, Cody was he was in the car with a pelican.
Yeah.
No, true story. True story. We were on the beach down at Sanibel, and this pelican was just
starving to
whacked out of her mind, like on drugs. And I said, I got to catch this bird. And every time I tried to get close to her, she just flew up. She could just barely fly up enough to get into the water.
Right.
So I must have walked a mile down this beach trying to save this bird. And I have a blanket, a beach towel with me.
It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot as hell. And so finally I see on the beach a dead fish. right? Like a little fish, like this big silver fish,
Yeah.
like a bait fish or something. And I said, oh, I wonder if I can get her to come in with this. And so I started shaking it, right? And she looked at it. She swam over, right? And she had to be starving. And I took it and I threw it past me on the beach. And she got out of the water and walked towards it. And I threw the blanket over her head and grabbed her beak. And like, they don't weigh anything. It's unbelievable. It's like it's made out of styrofoam.
And we brought her there.
And we brought her to the Center for the Rehabilitation of Wildlife on Sanibel.
What happened to the fish?
Oh no!
I don't know, but we got her number, and they assigned the animals a number. And
we checked on her.
We want to know if she lives.
Yeah, because we wanted to know, and they released her. They rehabilitated her and
they released her
back into the wild.
So that was a success. But back to Carolina, she came to our house, and she's walking on the back of all of the couches in our house, and Cody was like, nah.
He was not, this is going too far. This can't stay like this.
So we wrote the story of her.
Yes.
We brought her to a no-kill shelter, and within a week she was adopted. And the lady who adopted her wrote us a letter a few months later saying, you guys did me such a solid, this is my best friend, this dog like saved my life, thank you for saving her. It was like, so someone that didn't want this dog dumped it on the highway. It ended up in New York and then saved some lady's life.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Long letter to us.
Yeah. She wrote a long letter. It was good. It was great. I mean, it feels good to do stuff like that. I get that frickin' hero impulse anytime I see turtles or anything. You know,
we were one time we were riding down the street in New York, and two actual greyhounds, were running right towards us in traffic.
Yeah.
Oh.
They got out of wherever they were, and we had to go turn around and follow them.
What about the other thing that we said, the ferret?
Oh my God.
We found a freaking ferret on Long Island running around.
It wasn't Long Island, it was on the way to your gig in Connecticut.
Oh, right, in Connecticut.
Because I remember Mark Hitt's father showed up there with those
Chinese nurses. Yeah, but
so I'm up at the ticket booth
with the ferret in a box.
Yeah.
What did we do with the ferret? What did we do with that?
I don't really remember what we did.
I
Bruce might remember because I'm sure I called him.
Yeah, I'm sure we called him too. We'll have to catch up on the ferret. But Angus, I had a cool thing to do tonight.
Well,
and you should leave your audio on so we can talk about it. But because it's originals only, I was going to go through the songwriting process of a song that I wrote that nobody, I mean, I guess I've played it one or two times on the beginning of the show, but it's an interesting song because it's totally not in my style. It's new country sort of music.
Right.
And I just thought it would be fun to play it and talk about the process of writing it. So the first thing is I have the instrumental version of it because country was huge, and it still is huge now.
Yeah.
It was Jason Aldean and what's his name? Smoke a Little Smoke. Luke Bryan, Eric Church. I mean, all those guys, certainly Zach Brown, they were all killing it. And it was like rock with a Southern accent. Not Southern rock though, but anyway.
No.
So I said, Mark, we gotta try and write some country stuff. So Mark came down and he had this riff, and I said, okay, let's do this. And then we wrote a B section. And then we did this, and it's country. It's like a country instrumental. So if I go to the new scene for original, no, can't play yet. Stop. So this is the instrumental. This is what we said. Larry, come on over. We want to play some, we want to play some country, and we're gonna track a country song in the studio, and we'll teach it to you. So Mark and I wrote it, and this is how the track went. And I'll tell you the rest of the story as we go.
All right, go.
What happened there? This is nuts.
Okay.
Cool, right? I mean, he's playing Mark. That'd be the B section. Or the chorus, right? That's the hook. And then we're back into another verse. Okay, so it's coming to the C section now. I'll play it through the solo. Okay, so you get the idea. Well, there's a breakdown. I think right. Yeah. Oh, you can't hear that part yet. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Lori.
Oh, do we have? Wait a minute. Gotta get back.
Gail and Lori.
Gotta get back.
Okay.
Oh, yes. No. I enjoy this. Oh. Then, of course. Well, there you go.
There you go.
So,
It's a great riff. It's a real good riff.
right, but how do you sing over that? And what do you sing over that? I mean, it's
Yeah.
like,
All right, so you have no vocals for it.
well, not at the we wrote.
Not right now.
That's the whole point of this show.
There you go. Okay.
All right, so we're thinking about, because now it's down to me. I got to write the lyrics and the melody, and we can't. When I write lyrics, it either comes to me or it doesn't. It's not like I sit there struggling for days. It's whatever it is. So Gene, Mean Gene, who does the t-shirts for everybody, happens to do t-shirts for like NASCAR and all the different dirt track teams and all these different people.
Yeah.
He tells me a story, so he goes to all the races. He's got the truck and, at the races where you can buy. Yeah, he's got a warehouse. So that's where I brought my drums up for the Rarries reunion. But he does all these guys, suits, all of the big racers and all the dirt track. And that's, and he spends his summer going around to the circuit. Amazing. It's an amazing thing. And so, and he has been doing any t-shirts I ever had done in the past 20 years. He did. He did the Xander band and so on. Anyway, so Gene was down. He lives across the state and he knew Mark was here and he said, I'm going to take a ride over. And so we played him the song.
Right.
Because he's, dirt track, country music, so on and so forth. And he said, and he starts to tell us a story about the guy. Broken Bow Records is one of the big new country labels. and it was actually Jason Aldean's label.
Right.
And the guy who owns the label had a daughter named Jenny, and Gene thought she was an absolute knockout, which I never seen her, but I'm
And
sure.
his son was the dirt track.
And his
driver.
son
Right.
was the dirt track driver. He's Tyler Riddick is his name. You can look him up, right? And now he's like big time, but back then he was still running these dirt tracks.
Right.
So all of a sudden I get the idea for a song about a female dirt track driver.
He combined the two. The
Yeah,
dog-
yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
great.
and
But
the
I
kid
changed
in
her.
the
But I
front.
changed her name to Jenna because I didn't want Gene to get killed. Okay, so now I come up with a title, and there it is, Badlands of Love. Here is the title, Badlands of Love. And so now I start writing the verse. So the first time I saw Jenna was at a dirt track in Tennessee. She was up on the cushion, pushing the 11. I was crewing for the 33. Okay, so Gene is giving me all this vernacular, right?
Yeah.
Up on the cushion means you're where the dirt is good in dirt track talk, right?
Right. Yeah, I got it.
But wasn't somebody on the cushion in Indy
Yeah.
the other day?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it wasn't on a dirt track. I thought it
No,
meant,
well,
like,
it's
sitting up on
the
your
best.
seat.
It's the sweet spot of the track, but it happens more anyway. So then, okay, so she's driving number 11, which was Tyler Riddick's number,
which
Right.
was the guy's
which is the
son,
guy from Broken Bow,
his son.
and the 33 just sounded, it sang well.
Yeah,
she was
it sounded good.
the 11. I was going for the 33. So then, running wide open, schooling the boys, slinging mud across the county line. How poetic is that, huh?
Right?
That's
Finding her
great.
move, which is what you do in dirt track racing. You get into that berm, making her move and turn the lap in record time. So now I've got it. I mean, I'm
she's
like,
fast.
Yeah.
but now I need a freaking hook, right? I
Yeah.
need for the chorus part. So I'm driving myself nuts. What am I going to, and I'm looking for other imagery and, stuff that you,
Yeah, I
that,
don't think Mark
Well, her
would.
name's gonna be in there. Her name's
no,
gonna
no, you and I, we were walking when I stumbled on this.
Oh, that's right.
We were walking on the
path.
path, and
her
and it
name's
just,
gotta be in there.
what's that?
Her name's gotta be in there.
No,
right?
no. This is fit. And it hit me like a freaking thunderbolt. I remember all I was doing on the walk was not talking, and I had the chorus, right, going through my head, the music going through my head, and all of a sudden I hit it. Okay, ever seen an angel in a fire suit?
Which is what
The fire suit is what
Yeah.
right?
catch on fire.
Sexy from her helmet to her Nomex boots. Now, I used to play in Nomex. I used to wear Simpson Formula One racing shoes, and they're not because they're made out of Nomex, which is fireproof material, but because they were cool and very light and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So I thought, sexy from her helmet to her Nomex boots, tearing up the track sideways in the mud, driving through the Badlands of Love. Now I need another verse. So now we get to play around. Now I'm feeling comfortable, right?
Yeah.
The boys love to rub her fenders. They try to get her up against the wall. She don't play checkers or wreckers. What that means is somebody's willing to crash, or they want to win so big they're willing to go. But she's ready if you want to brawl. Jenna gives the boys white knuckles because she likes to take them on 3 wide. That's 3 cars in a row going around a turn.
It sounds like
but it's it's a little creativity in there. And she don't mind grinding some metal. She gets hot when the sparks start to fly. And then we have the chorus again.
But it's all about racing.
It is all about
But
racing.
it sounds like it could be sexy.
So then we have, then there's the C section where it breaks down. take a little, right before the guitar solo, take a little break between the heats. That's what they call the rounds in dirt track racing.
Right, right.
A little time between the sheets. They all have sleepers in their trucks. Get to the, back to the track and get on with the show, an 800 horsepower rodeo. And then there's Mark's guitar.
That's great. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, after Mark's solo, it comes back to that breakdown, and it says again, take a little break.
Yeah.
But then I had the idea, because we had to follow the way the music went.
Yeah.
Right? So I had to write the lyrics, otherwise we would have had to edit the song. So now, what's this? Announcer comes on and says, "Oh wow,
It's the real announcer."
Yeah, it's a real announcer.
Races.
Yeah, from the guy who does these races. Here comes car number 11. Oh my goodness, how's she taking that car to the top shelf? She made her way to the top 5. She is absolutely flying, right?
Right.
So then we're here now. She's up on the wheel with the devil in her eyes and a little dirt on her face, belted in tight, ready for a fight, wearing outlaw leather and lace. Well, because there's outlaw racing and dirt track racing. So then the chorus again, the chorus again, blah, blah, blah. Now, the next time I saw Jenna was at a track in Saluda, VA. I said, "I'll run your crew if you want me to." She blew a kiss and said, "Okay."
Yeah.
Now we're riding down the road together, and we fit just like a racer's glove. Driving in deeper, making time in the sleeper, driving through the Badlands of Love.
All right.
And then it's the double chorus out.
Chorus out. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's fun. So I will rewind the track.
No, I think
We can go through the lyrics, and like I said, we actually recorded the guy. I screwed this
the
up a
real
little
guy
bit. We actually recorded the real guy. Let me just fix this thing. That calls the racers. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
You know how those
goodness.
guys all have their thing? Let me just get this.
Yeah.
Gene knows the guy
Yeah.
and took a portable tape recorder and said, would you do this?
Would you say it into our song? And he did.
But he did it through you'll see, because he did it at the track.
Yeah.
So, it was
Here's
great.
a song with the lyrics.
Yeah. So here it is with the lyrics and the solos and the.
Who's singing it? Who's singing it?
Oh, I don't know. Some hack.
Steven.
I was driving down the road together, and the city's like a racing love. Driving in deep and making time in the street, driving to the barrels of love. Ever see an angel in a fire suit, sexy from a helmet to a nomad boots, tearing up the track, sideways in the mud, driving through the barrels of love. Ever see an angel in a fire suit, sexy from a helmet to a nomad boots, tearing up the track, sideways in the mud, driving through the barrels of love.
Oh,
You need a microphone?
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And thank you, Gail.
And, let me get back to that scene.
Yeah.
So first, my question. Let me get back here.
Thank Gail.
And I will absolutely thank Gail.
Children were loving it. Oh, they just put on this cowboy hat.
Okay, so I mean, here's the thing. We try to on my show, this show, our show, your show, we try to show you parts of our business, of show business that you wouldn't ordinarily see. I mean, you've seen plenty of people do unplugged storytellers or whatever, where they tell the story about their song, and it's brilliant. When they started doing that on MTV or whatever it was, VH1, it's great to hear people's versions of their lyrics, what they did and what they meant. And but think about this. Think about all the guys that wrote songs just like that one that no one's ever going to hear them. No one's ever going to hear their idea. No one's ever going to hear their lyrics. No one's certainly ever going to sit down and let them explain how they did it and so on and so forth. And, think about that the next time you're looking for music. How many people there are out there making music that you would probably love, but it's just, we'll never hear it.
But they don't have enough followers.
Yeah, they don't have enough followers,
That's
or they don't
what
have,
they basically
or they don't have the
do now.
facility. And so one of the things that I tried to do over the years, mostly in the past, almost however long we've been down here, almost 20 years, is to work with artists from other genres and write for them. We wrote that. Mark and I wrote that. We wrote Country Love. We wrote, what was the song I had to do? If I Knew You Then. We wrote like a lot of country stuff. And the idea was for Gene to take the demo and go to one of the races where the president from Broken Bow was and give him the demo.
Yeah, that would have been good. Is that what he did?
It would have wound up in the dirt. It would have, there's, I thought about sending it to Billy Dean. I don't know if you remember Billy. He had the Country Song of the Year in '91. I thought about sending it to him. I don't know if it's his style. It's a little heavy. He's more of a crooner got a beautiful voice, that guy. And I've done a lot of stuff like that. I wrote View Carré for Dr. John. Never got to Dr. John. I'm still trying to get it to. But it's what
Dr. John died.
Yeah, no, I know. I said, but I'm still trying to get it to him.
Still trying to get it.
Actually, somebody did a. Don Wershbo did something with Aaron Neville. Remember, he was on Free for All Friday, and he talked about
doing that's right.
on tape there. And I mean, so I thought, well, there's no other way for me to do these, to write at the moment to get all, because I've got stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Albums worth of stuff. And the way the business is looking, I don't know if I'm ready to do the solo album right now, because the business is so weird. I'm in the middle of doing volume 2 of Oxumed, of the Entwistle thing.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for publishing to come back for all the bass solo stuff and all that. So it's a whole big thing, but yet I love these songs. They're like, they're little stories for me. And you've heard the crazy one, Dancing Alone, and I Touch the Stars. And those are all not necessarily written for me, written by me, but not written for me. The other ones I did, I wanted to merge rock and tech, EDM and whatever.
Yeah, but you got to get. There's got to be a way to to get it out there so a lot of people.
Yeah. That's, you know how many people have been saying that for how long? Let me tell you
I
what,
know,
I am,
but we had a guy on the show. Oh God, one of our guests. I can't think of his name right offhand, and he was in the band. Oh God, why can't I? I can't think of his name. I'm gonna have to look it up after the show because the keyboard player, woman that was in that band that he was in the 60s or 80s, I guess it was, went on to write a lot of songs for a lot of people.
but
Now,
you just got to be in that place. I mean, look at Carol
yeah,
Sager or what's her name that wins everything every year.
Diane Warren.
Yeah, Diane Warren. I mean, and Burt Bacharach. I mean, yeah, just these, and especially all the songwriters from the Brill Building. Neil
yeah,
Diamond, Carole King.
Music has changed.
It's just the whole mechanism has changed. So for me, I'd rather have you come. What I thought about doing is, I have the podcast. So I thought about taking whatever song, like that one, from this week's Originals Only, and posting it for download on the podcast. If you wanted to download any of the Entwistle stuff, you would go to Apple Music or wherever, and it would cost you $1 or $1.99 to download the song, right?
right.
I I got a royalty statement, my first royalty statement for Oxzoomed, and not that people aren't buying CDs, but they're not because they don't have anything to play them on. So my downloads, right? They pay me by the download. Right? 664 downloads, and I got 7 cents.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Okay, now Sheila Sitte weighed in.
Yes.
She said, send your track to WXPN. They launched Adele
Really?
out of Philly. But
Hey.
they broadcast to many areas, plus online. Well, we'll have to give that.
and believe me, it's not like I'm out constantly hawking these things. I think I wrote that song in 2012, so it's 11 years old.
It still holds up.
Of course it holds up. And if somebody were to do it, they would do it their way. And same with Country Love. And if any of the country stuff,
But we found out something about that whole country music thing when he was writing this. They have writers that work like 9 to 5 jobs. In these houses.
on Music Row.
On Music Row.
When
yes.
When we were touring. And you would know about that. When we were touring, we went to Nashville. And so I can't remember who said you guys should go on Music Row. You know what I mean? I'll make a couple phone calls and you'll be able to go to every.
Eric.
Yeah, the tour manager did. I'll call all the houses and tell them that you're coming and all you got to. And so, but it's houses. It's not like office buildings. The Brill Building is freaking skyscraper with.
But they're the ones writing the record companies to play with the artists.
Right. So you would know, but for the people at home. So we go to this house, right?
John.
Me and Entwistle. Entwistle's dressed in the thing and I'm me. And we go and we just walk in this house and there's a girl sitting there at a desk and she goes, come on in. And we come on in and they said, we're expecting you. And the different rooms in the house, not set up like anything. The different rooms in the house have songwriters in them.
Right.
Songwriter 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. And then like a couple of hours into it, they switched partners and this one goes here. And Entwistle was like, he was stunned by
That's
it.
how
They did it.
in Nashville.
And then, I don't even want to go into what those poor people make or don't make, but it's,
WPXN has listeners all over USA and Europe, online listeners.
Listen, anything's worth a try. So my question before we bail out is, do you like this format for Originals only?
Yeah, I think this works. I thought that was real interesting. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can still play it original here and there too, but I think going through, the whole writing process is very interesting. I've, when I've written songs, unfortunately, I didn't have the recording equipment like you do, especially in the house you have now. You said at one point you would get up and write a new song every day.
That was when we were living in the mountains in New York.
Well,
I was in a very small studio.
Yes,
It was
they love it.
yeah.
Michael and Gail love this one.
Okay, so this is it. Originals
And
only.
Christian-
I had a
Thank you, Chris. And
I
Chris,
put one-
nicely played, by the way, on your zebra song. Very well done, man.
what was I gonna say? Remember the TI came out with the 4-track and the cassette and everything?
Mine's in the other room.
Oh, you still have it?
Absolutely, still have it. You know what?
Wait a
Next
minute.
week, it's interesting
Because it plays at a different speed.
Well, what it does. For the
I wrote
folks
a lot of songs on that thing.
there. I'm telling you, if you have them, I can play them. What it is, guys. You know how a cassette has two sides. You turn it over, right? And it's stereo. So it's left and right on side one and left and right on side two. So what if you look at it like it's a piece of tape, right? Half of the tape is side one and the other half of the tape going in the other direction is side two.
Yeah.
So, but what the thing that Angus is talking about is you could record 4 tracks all going in the same direction.
Yeah.
So that's how you got multi-track. So I'll bring that next week because it really is. It's right in the other room. Then I got this thing called a D1600, which was 16 tracks of digital audio that ran along with MIDI. It's nuts, the stuff, how it happened. It's great. And I wrote
I
the
was with
whole
that.
album.
Wow. I was with that thing all the time, wrote a lot of songs, but I even tried writing where I'd write the lyrics first and try to get the whole melody in my head. Then I put the music to it. And which I thought was kind of harder. I always like going with the music and then the lyrics, but
It happens weird for me. I mean, when I'm in a writing mode, I'm in it for like weeks and I'm writing for projects, especially like Vampires or Torque or whatever. I'm in that process. It's my job. I get up every day. I do the thing. I write this. But for this one song, I'll play it, one of these Thursdays called If I Knew You Then. I dreamt it.
really,
I dreamt it and I woke up like a shot. And I got up and Mark was staying here and he was in the living room playing my acoustic guitar. And I said, play blah, 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 blah. And we spit the thing out in minutes,
Yeah.
20 minutes. And basically what it was a fun concept. It was about me and Laurie, but it was about before we knew each other. And it says the only way to love you longer is if I knew you then, meaning if we could go back in time and I knew her longer.
Yeah.
And that was a real fun song to write because it was all in my head and you just have to like catch, it's like birds flying around in your head. You have to catch the lyrics and put them down. And, I love doing it. And I haven't written lyrics in a while. I've been doing the other stuff. But it's fun, and it's I love doing it. So,
I gotta see if I gotta try to find all those cassettes because I got a lot of them just all filled.
you should, send them to me, man. I'll bounce them down for you. We should, and if you have originals that you want to play, remember it's originals only. I would be happy to cue it up and to do it.
I got a few. We'll do it next week. I'll throw one out there.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right.
I'll throw one out there. But all right, what time we got?
We got time.
About 2 minutes.
You're free to go, sir.
All right, thank you. See everybody later. See you, Lori.
We'll see you tomorrow for Free For All Friday, bro.
All Friday. Oh, real quick. Yeah, I just want to say Steve Campo couldn't make it tonight because he had band rehearsal. But don't forget, he's playing at the Or on Saturday in, where is it? Patchogue, 6 p.m. The Or.
Or?
The Or.
O-R-E? Like oar?
Like an oar, yeah.
Like a rowing oar.
Is that O-R-E or O-A-R?
Patchogue.
Oh,
I don't know.
And then
And Thor and Patchog.
Yeah, you should be able to find
What's the
it.
name of his band?
His name of his band is called Justice.
Justice.
There you go.
Is it just us though? Do you remember them? Just us?
No, it's Justice because I think they're all retired state troopers.
Oh.
So don't be smoking pot there.
Yeah, nobody smokes pot anymore.
Yeah.
There was a band when we were coming up. There was a band called Just Us.
I think I remember that.
I bet you do. Yeah.
Seeing that in the papers because you're always looking anyway. And Gary Shutt is playing 9 p.m. down the street from me at the Thirsty Marlin on Saturday night.
Wow. So you got stuff happening.
I'll
That's
be
all good.
playing. I'll be playing.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'll see you tomorrow night, and
Yeah, the children are getting ready for PBS.
he's already bailed. He's gone. He just disappears.
okay.
He does the French goodbye.
Oh, okay. Wee-wee.
So we made it. I'm going to try to figure the microphone thing out tomorrow for tomorrow
Hey,
night.
this
But
worked great though.
it did work. Maybe we'll
So,
just stick with
If
this.
it's not broke,
If it's not broke, don't break
maybe
it.
if it is broke and you fixed it a different way, leave it. They all said it sounds great.
Well, then there you go.
All right.
Okay. So if I don't see you in the future, what? I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody. See
Take
you
care,
tomorrow for Free for All Friday. Like from us? Like off?
I hope. Well, we'll listen to it. And I didn't record it. I didn't record it.
Your original.
Actually, no, well, it'll be on Facebook. So yes, I can.
I'm gonna make this a burger for tonight.
Excellent.
Here you go. Save that shirt. That worked out. And now we have a different way of doing it that sounds even better.
I don't know if it sounds a bit better,
And everybody saying it sounds great.
but yeah,
I mean,
if it ain't broke.
take it back.
Well, I'll finish.
Take it back.
Take it now, here. Yeah, see, I have to turn it on and off from here.